we are going to do one more exercise. Fill in the blanks with the correct word from the cloud. You are given sentence and you need to choose. So I have some words for you and you will help yourself picking words to complete the sentence. Okay? Now, you have postponed, postponed, waited, cheered, visit, drenched, you have splashed, acknowledged, acknowledged, pounced, disagree, disagree, and refused. So I have given you a whole lot of words and I am going to put them into a cloud for you to choose from. These words you choose to complete the sentence given. Okay, now the sentences are, here the sentence, the boy was totally and you must find the word. The boy was totally dash when he reached school. When he reached school. Next we have the children. The children, choose a word, water, on each other. The third sentence, my teacher dash my hard work. My hard work. Next we have the celebration was dash by 5 days. Next we have the tiger. The tiger dash on its prey, on its Sita dash patiently outside the principal's office. Next we have I totally. I dash with his opinion. With his the spectators dash the runners during the race. During the race. The manager dash me entry into the mall. Into the mall. Okay. The last one we'll do orally. Okay. Now let's look at it. What is the word that we are going to use here to fill up? Picking words from the cloud. Now the first one. The boy was totally when he reached school. Might have been raining, so what will you write? The boy was totally drenched. So you will write drenched, D-R-C, drenched. The boy was totally drenched when he reached school. The children dashed water on each other. What will the children do? They splashed water. They splashed water. The children splashed water on each other. Next we have my teacher, my hard work. My teacher, what will she do? She acknowledged, my teacher acknowledged my hard work. My teacher acknowledged my hard work. The celebration was postponed by 5 days. The celebration was postponed by 5 days. The tiger, what did the tiger do to its prey? The tiger pounced. The tiger pounced on its prey. Sita, what did Sita do? Dashed patiently outside the principal's office. The Sita waited patiently outside principal's office. I totally disagree. I totally disagree. I do not agree with his opinion. The spectators. What do the spectators do? Those who are looking. The spectators cheered the runners during the race. Cheered the runners during the race. The manager dashed me entry into the mall. The manager refused me entry into the mall. And the last sentence, there is one word left here. And the last one is, my grandparents visit us frequently. And the last one I'm not writing. My grandparents visit us frequently. So what have we done in this exercise? We have picked the correct verb to suit the sentence. First, the boy was totally drenched when he reached school. The children splashed water on each other. My teacher acknowledged my hard work. The celebration was postponed by 5 days, for whatever the reason. The tiger pounced on its prey. Sita waited patiently at the principal's office. I totally disagree with his opinion. The spectators cheered the runners during the race. And finally, the manager refused me entry into the mall. And my grandparents visit us. When do they visit you? They visit us frequently. We are talking about verbs, and we have done transitive verb which needs an object. Now we are going to do the second part, second kind of verb, that is intransitive verb. Intransitive verb. And that's what we are going to do now. Okay? What is an intransitive verb? A verb which does not require an object to complete its sense, but makes good sense by itself. And this is called an intransitive verb. A verb which does not, a verb which does not require, a verb which does not require an object to complete its sense, but makes good sense. By itself. Is called an intransitive verb. Intransitive verb. Let's look at some of the sentences here. The man died. The man died. The girl smiled. Another sentence. The sun shines. The sun shines. Trusa sleeps. And he writes. He writes. He writes neatly. Mohan is clever. Now, what we say, we said a transitive verb does not require an object to complete its sense. But by itself, it makes good sense. That's an intransitive verb. An intransitive verb does not require an object to complete its sense, but it makes good sense by itself, and that is called a intransitive verb. Look at this sentence here. It does not need an object. The man died. Teacher wrote. Girl smiled. Sun shines. She sleeps. Can sleep on the bed or floor anyway. He writes neatly. Whatever he writes. Mohan is clever. So, in an intransitive verb, it does not require an object to complete sense. By itself, it makes good sense. Yes, the man died. He died on the road, in the house, on the chair, in the class, we don't know. No need. But by itself, it makes sense. It's a complete sentence. The man died. The girl smiled. Or the baby cried. The sun shines. The sun shines. Trissa sleeps. Yeah, Trissa sleeps. Sleeping in the house or class or anyway. He writes neatly. He writes neatly. He writes, he scribbles or he writes badly. Makes sense by itself. The Mohan is clever. Peter is clever or Peter is not clever. So, in this intransitive verb, all we need to remember is the sentence makes sense by itself without having an object to complete the sentence. Okay? All you need to remember, intransitive verb does not need an object. Okay. Now, I'll give you a few more sentences for you to look at it. Now, look at this sentence here. The girl runs very fast. Okay? The girl runs very fast. Okay. We have the boy eats. The boy eats slowly. Airplane, an airplane flies. An airplane flies. She speaks well. She speaks well. Okay. He writes very fast. He writes. Very fast. Now, look at these sentences here. What do we have here? These are all intransitive. The girl runs very fast. The boy eats, airplane flies, he speaks, he writes. Now, remember, it does not, all these intransitive verbs make sense by itself. What is it? The girl runs very fast. Airplane flies, he speaks well, he writes very fast. The boy eats slowly. All these makes a complete sense. And therefore, we call it an intransitive verb. In the intransitive verb, we do not need an object. Now, That's what we need to remember. The man died, the girl smiled. Here, the aeroplane flies, he speaks well. In the intransitive verb, by itself, it makes sense. It does not need an object. Only we need to remember. Intransitive verb does not need an object. By itself, it makes some sense. We'll do some more sentences for us to understand intransitive verb better. We'll do a small exercise for us to understand intransitive verb better. She studies. Baby cries. He climbs. He climbs. She swims. The cloud floats. Cloud floats. The rain falls. Rani dances. The wind blows. Wind blows. He writes. Baby eats. Now, look at all these sentences. The intransitive sentences. Okay, here we do not require an object to complete the sentence here. She studies. Baby cries. He climbs. She swims. The cloud floats. The rain falls. Rani dances. Wind blows. He writes neatly. Baby eats. Each of this is a intransitive verb, and in intransitive verb we do not need an object to complete the sentence. It by itself it's complete. She cried or she studies. Baby cries. He climbs. She swims. The cloud floats. The rain falls. Rani dances. The wind blows. He writes neatly. Baby eats. In these sentences, these intransitive sentences, to complete it, we do not need an object. So, these are all what we call an intransitive verb. When you look at an intransitive verb, you must say, oh, the subject, the verb cries, completes. It makes sense by itself. The cloud flows, the sun shines, baby cries, baby eats. It completes by itself. It makes a sense by itself. She studies. The cloud floats. Rainfall. It makes a complete sense by itself. So we call this an intransitive verb. Now we can do a short exercise wherein you will supply words or an object to complete the sentence. Okay? And that's what we are going to do. An interesting exercise. Complete the following. Complete these sentences by supplying suitable objects. So what are you going to do? You're going to complete the sentence together and you have to supply suitable objects. Okay, a short exercise. She broke most boys dislike he is making. You have to complete all this. Okay? The thief stole he bought. He bought. The sun gives. The sun gives. A carpenter makes. I wrote. He killed. The cat caught. Most girls like. He won. Now, we have here sentences to be complete and you need to supply objects. Okay, the first one, you can write anything. It says here, she broke. You can write anything. She broke a furniture, she broke a cup or plate or glass, anything. So what would you like to write? She broke a, very good, a cup. When you supplied an object, the sentence is complete. In the second one you have most boys dislike. What is that most boys dislike? You can write anything. You can say most boys dislike, say studies, or you can say most boys dislike reading. If you ask them to read something they don't like. You like to do what you want to play. Third one we have, he is making. You can make anything. What is he making? He is making biscuits or cake, or he is making a sand castle. Whatever you want you can write. So he is making a dress. it may be a tailor, anything. You can supply any object. The third we have, the thief stole. What can a thief stole? A car. Yes, very good. Next we have, he bought. What did he go and buy? He bought a bike, he bought a car, or he bought a toy. Very good. Any toy. Completed. Next one. The sun gives. What the sun gives? The sun gives light, or sun gives heat. Heat and light, or one or two, whatever you can write. So it's completed. And the next we have here is the carpenter makes. What does the carpenter make? Carpenter makes furniture, carpenter makes toys, whatever. So you will write the carpenter makes furnitures. Makes furniture. Carpenter makes furnitures. I wrote. What did you write? What can you write? I wrote. You can say, I wrote a story. I wrote a poem. I wrote a letter, whatever. Then next we have here, he killed. What could he have been killing? He killed a spider. He killed a spider. Very good. He killed a spider or a snake or a bird. The cat caught. What is the cat? Cat caught a, very good, a mouse. The cat caught a mouse. So that's completed. Most girls like. What are the most girls like? They like dolls. Most girls like dolls. He won. What did he win? He won a match, or he won a medal. He won a match, or he won a medal, something that he won. Now, look at all the sentences. What have we done? Complete the sentences by supplying an object. That's what we have done. Okay? We supplied objects so that the sentence is complete. And that's what we have done. We said, she broke. We supplied a cup. Most boys dislike reading. He is making a dress. The thief stole a car. He bought a toy. The sun gives light. A carpenter makes furnitures. He wrote a poem. He killed a spider. The cat caught a mouse. And most girls like dolls, and he won a medal. Now, in this exercise, we learn to supply suitable objects to complete the sentence.